Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to a brand new Fallout video. And today we are talking the Fallout TV show, Fallout on Prime, or whatever heck we're calling it that doesn't really roll off the tongue. As in the last few days, you may or may not have noticed, there's been a whole bunch of news, which is awesome to hear. And yeah, I've been rather busy, frankly, over the weekend and stuff, so we're finally getting around to covering it all. So we're going to do a bit of a roundup today and sort of go through bits and pieces that have come out over the last few days, and yeah, have a little gander. So, first and foremost, at the end of last week, we started seeing stuff coming out on social media, particularly on the Instagrams of Ella Pennell, who plays Lucy, Walton Goggins, who plays the Ghoul, and Aaron Moten, who plays Maximus. And they've basically been posting about wrapping up filming. So yeah, finally done there. We can have a little bit of a look at that here. So first up, a little picture of Ella Pennell with Kyle MacLachlan. And yeah, nice little roundup there, looking like we're on a makeup trailer from the background shot there. Makes sense. End of the season there. We have Walton Goggins tearing off his prosthetics, which he made a point of saying in the last season was really unwise on account of it taking your eyelids with it, which is probably why he's focusing on the lower part there. And then we have Aaron Moten in power armor, the same power armor he half-inched, apparently. Interesting that he seems to have been allowed to keep it. Maximus that being. And yeah, that's a pretty nice end of, well, I assume this is mid-filming shot, but a nice way to wrap up and acknowledge the end of production on Season 2. So yeah, all in all, pretty cool. Some nice bits and pieces there, and looks like everybody's having a good time on that one. So yeah, we know this has been delayed, which I suspect is going to feed into some of the other news. But earlier in the year, obviously back in January, I think it was, January, February, somewhere around there was those massive and awful fires in California, which did impact filming on Fallout. Because in Season 1, they were filming primarily over by New York, but also some other locations in other parts of the world. And for Season 2, they were encouraged by a sizable tax break from the California state government to move production over there, which clearly they took them up on that offer. So yeah. That did somewhat impact the production in the latter stages, but that's to be expected. I do have to wonder, given what we're about to see, whether or not that might have allowed some head start in some areas, but it depends on production orders, I suppose. But yeah, as we're about to see, we have some other bits and pieces to talk about. So, the next big bit of news that's come out, well, the next several bits of news have come out in the last day or so in quite quick succession, and that is that Season 2 has not only finished production, it already has a release date, which is what I was angling at before, in the sense that if they had a bit of downtime in production, it will probably have allowed the post-production crew to get a head start, or they may have been encouraged to do so when the main principal for photography had to be wrapped up during the fires and things. So I don't know what impact that may have had. It may have sped up post-production, because May through to December, on a production with the level of detail that this will have, is a respectably quick turnaround time. Obviously, very much eminently doable with a team working on it, but yeah, the level of sort of post-production and special effects and just general editing and sound work and stuff like that is, well, it's higher than I think it is, and I think it's pretty high. So this is usually the way these things pan out. So yeah, full credit to the post-production team. They are likely to have their hands full between now and December, when we have a launch date for Season 2, which is really, really cool. Checking out the Windows Central article on the subject here. The other cool bit of news that we got at the same time is that Season 3 has also been commissioned, so we will be getting, by some major catastrophe, a third season of the Fallout show, which is great. Last on, Season 2 was commissioned immediately after the release of Season 1, because it did very, very well and didn't just kind of, fall off the end of the aircraft carrier, I suppose. But following that, they're obviously happy with what they've seen and the way production has gone on Season 2. It said, yep, we want Season 3. One little comment that did come out over the weekend, which I haven't got an actual source for, it's out there somewhere, was that Aaron Moten made a comment when he was at, I believe it was Liverpool Comic-Con over here in the UK, and he was asked sort of about the character's lifespan and stuff, and he basically said that the planned story beats, not written so much as like explained and planned yet, they haven't quite written it out that far yet, are likely to take between 5 and 6 seasons to complete, assuming, that is, Amazon actually commissioned that many seasons. So yeah, apparently there is a relatively long-term plan for the characters and their lifespans and their stories and so on. So we could be getting Fallout for quite some time if Amazon continue to, fund and purchase the season, the show rather, which would be really, really cool. Obviously, that's an unofficial comment. It's presumably somewhere sort of behind-the-scenes conversation between the actors and the writers on how long they think it will take to actually tell the story that they want to tell. The reality of it could be quite different by the time it actually goes into production, or economic forces, shall we say, have their way with it. But interesting little tidbit nonetheless. But yeah, very, very cool that we're getting, at the very least, a Season 3 as well. So the last little bit of information, we can jump over to Reddit here, and I will link these down in the description because I'm not going to hit the play button on these little clips. So all this information is coming out of an Amazon Prime press event thing, like a bit like a premiere, but not. It's like, here's the stuff we're releasing in the next little while kind of thing. Somewhere between the two, anyway. So, yeah, along with that, they have a couple of sort of teasers for Season 2 of Fallout that they showed. And we get a little bit of a wide-angle shot on the city of, spoilers, New Vegas, which is where we know at least Lucy and the Ghoul are heading in that direction. Maximus seems to have kind of deviated from them by the end of Season 1, so we'll see how he ties back in. No doubt he'll be looping back around. But yeah, definitely a trip to Vegas involved. And we get the Vegas skyline. We can see the Lucky 38, stuff like that in the distance. 38, we've got the number right there? I think I have. As well as the ominous-looking vibe on Lucy's face as she and the Ghoul start to cover the last 50 miles into town. Yeah, very, very interesting. I did notice that Lucy looked surprisingly untravel-worn for a young lady who has just walked on foot through the apocalypse between the Los Angeles area and the Las Vegas area, which I'm not sure off the top of my head what that distance is, but it ain't a short jaunt down to the shops for a pint of milk, is it? So, yeah, that did make me chuckle a tiny little bit, but still, they've clearly made it in one piece, and it'll be interesting to see where that goes. I'm guessing there won't be a great deal of story taking place during that journey, maybe the odd dodge a dangerous creature or shoot a couple of raiders here and there, but probably nothing major to the story, and I suspect they'll probably step right along to the Vegas area where the main part of the story will happen. That's my big theory, anyway. So yeah, that's the first part of this clip. The second part of this clip is going another direction. It's considerably longer. It's got a minute and 43 or 45, probably 45 actually, and it's discounting that 2 seconds. But yeah, basically, it's Walton Goggins' Ghoul character in his former life as Cooper Howard before the bombs dropped, and there's a whole load of stuff about his marriage and, in fact, his wife, the Vault, at least I assume that's who we're seeing here, the Vault-Tec executive, is pushing him to use his star power and lend it to advertising campaigns, primarily on behalf of Vault-Tec, but also in relation to some other businesses as well. You see a Nuka-Cola advert in there, and the idea of a sunscreen for use in a vault, which is, as he is aptly acknowledging in the trailer, rather daft. But yeah, we see a little bit more of the continued strain in their relationship, which I suspect will spill over into the post-apocalyptic setting eventually as well. So that should be very, very interesting. So, yeah, links to those down below, because for reasons of copyright, I'll go that far, but I'm not putting them in the video directly. I think that's probably a smidge over the line and a little bit risky. So let's not be doing that. But yeah, all in all, very, very cool. Really, really excited to see Season 2. Very much enjoyed Season 1. December for the release date of that. Obviously, when we actually get a specific day, I will be bringing you that. And if we get any more major news over the next few months, I'll be all over that as well. So looking forward to that. And yeah, Season 3 has been renewed, purchased, confirmed, sort of, in there as well. A potential long-term plan for as many as 6 seasons, possibly, if we get lucky. So yeah, the future's looking bright for Fallout on Prime, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But yeah, looking forward to this. So, hope you guys enjoyed that one. Hope you found it useful and informative. If you liked the video, please do consider dropping subs and likes. I very, very much appreciate. All the links down below to the stuff that we've shown in the video here, as well as social media links and channel memberships on the blue join button if you'd like to support the channel. I very, very much appreciate it. If you get a chance as well, join us for live streams. Well, of course, by Fallout 76. We've got the Oblivion remaster on the go at the moment as well. I'm having a great time with that. And we're wrapping up Avowed and moving back into Atomfall in my very busy streaming schedule at the moment. So, Lots of cool stuff happening if you want to check that out. I do very much appreciate. For now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.